Shahi Matika. Good evening, friends. Two recent incidents have really amused me regarding the Sushant murder case. The first one is the number of dislikes that Mahesh Bhatt and Alia Bhatt's Sadak 2 trailer got, which is now over 9.1 million. I'm sure by the time I finish this, it will be 10 million. It makes us wonder if it is the most disliked movie in the world today. And as predicted by many, the Bollywood chameleons, as I would term them, are literally on their knees. Are you shocked? Well, small actors and starlets like Suraj Pancholi, Varun Dhawan, Pariniti Chopra, Zareen Khan, Sanjana Sanghi, Mauni Roy, Hina Khan, Mukesh Chhabra, and Amisha Patel all have now asked for CBI for Sushant. Why the sudden change of heart from the silent ones who said, let us leave the dead alone to die peacefully. Don't disturb them. Are you scared that your movies too will face similar boycott? This one incident of hatred for anything that the Butts and nepotism clan have done has revealed a very unnerving trend for the Bollywood brigade, who are now on their knees begging for a few arms. The second point is Shiva Sena spokesperson Sanjay Raut is found saying that the police investigation is almost over. I'd like to ask him, when did the inquiry really start, Mr. Raut? Your whole police force was running behind Riya to protect her. ED has asked you for probe details since last 9 days, and you're refusing. Why? And you say your investigation is over? Then why don't you hand over everything to ED? These two incidents have brought us face to face with the kind of evil trend that exists in our modern society today. The silent ones who have their breakfast, do their 2 hours of gym, party out, and then return home to sleep, they are as much criminals as the ones in police uniform, who befriend them and hide the crimes that destroy a bulk of the middle classes, people with morals and integrity. And for the public who are asking for justice, we are told to shut up by the police, the government, the activists, lawyers who don't even know who Sushant was. They will tell you, you don't understand legal talk in a mighty manner, as though they have conquered Mount Everest. Their wishy-washy statements in news panels are meant to confuse you. If you ask the Mumbai police, why did it take you 2 months to say that you have finished the investigation? What investigation was it? Is there any evidence that you can give us? Then again, Sanjay Raut will say, shut up, listen to us, or go fly a kite. If you question the Maharashtra government and ask them why they are scared of public scrutiny, Aditya Thackeray will pass a press release saying, don't attack our family. Why? Do you live in a gilded cage that we can't ask you any questions? Now, as the Supreme Court makes us wait for the decision of handing the case to CBI, a majority of the public have joined the campaign run by a Republic channel asking for a CBI probe. This makes me question the system itself. Which world are we living in? It is very clear that Sushant was murdered from the number of bruises, marks, broken leg, ankle, as forensic specialists have been implying. Yet, Mumbai police, Riya and her family, the lawyers, all have been saying it's a suicide. So it makes you wonder, who do we go to for the truth? And if you look at Disha's case, Disha died, and the same people call it a suicide. You mean to say she decided to undress and then fall down from the 14th floor? And furthermore, the body was found outside the compound by eyewitnesses. Did it bounce around? Whose VIP car, white car was it found next to? And the watchman of the building says a nude body was loaded by Rohan, Disha's friend, into a car and taken away. And after that, he has been missing from his house for 15 days. Neighbors saw blood splashed on the car and on the floor. No one in the building seemed to be curious. Most people went into hiding. Mumbai police say it's a suicide. What's more, her parents are also too frightened to speak. Another young model and actor who supported Sushant's case was also found mysteriously dead. So when you look at this case, his name was Samir. And what happened was suddenly a video emerged from somewhere, showing him, as very frightened and mumbling something, as though someone was pointing a gun at him. And then he burst out crying. Minutes later, he died. They said he died of hanging, and they found his body 2 days later. The video jolted people. This too was declared a suicide by Mumbai police. Just a week back, a Bhojpuri actress, 29-year-old Anjali Srivastava, was found dead in her rented apartment at Parimal Society in Juhu Lane. According to the police, her body was found by her landlord after her parents contacted him. As Anjali did not answer her phone for 2 days, when the landlord used a duplicate key to enter her flat, he found her hanging from the ceiling fan with a sari. However, the victim's mother has another story to tell. She reports that she had a word with her daughter the night before her death and everything was fine. She said, "We just want the police to probe the matter thoroughly." Neither the door of her apartment was closed from inside, nor did she leave a suicide note. I'm very sure that she didn't commit suicide. Friends, doesn't it strike you strange? None of them leaves suicide notes. So many suicides? Mumbai police? Has Mumbai become the suicide capital? There is a terrible pattern here. People are dying like flies, and Mumbai police is looking the other way. Politicians are acting like Hitler, asking everyone to keep quiet and arresting a few who speak out. When people themselves are hiding evidence, when the right forensic team is not brought in, the evidence is taken in a small plastic bag. I'm asking the Mumbai police, is this the age of high technology? Why this shoddy investigation during this period when you can have the latest equipment to do forensic investigation? Bits of conversation are leaked out saying no one should know what was happening in the room where the crime had happened. Who are these people? The most striking evidence, something that made us suspect something strange was happening, was a video showing a man wearing a black t-shirt and a red cap running with a black bag full of some stuff in front of the policeman when the ambulance arrived. Not one policeman stops him. Why? Then Ria is seen handing him something at the scene of crime. Police look the other way. Then the same man carries a stretcher and even drives the so-called ambulance. What is happening here? When vehicles that are owned by a congressman is brought in as an ambulance, where a thug-like man is the driver, who a few weeks later flaunts his expensive goodies on social media, when actors and directors are seen coming out of the residence of Sushant, where the scene of crime has not been sealed, is this how any police force around the world needs to act? Definitely not. Other strange things that happened is, why was Ria allowed to walk out with 2 suitcases filled with perhaps most important things that belong to Sushant? Did the police question her about it? No. When Ria's lawyer walks out with a bag full of stuff from Ria's flat, again, Mumbai police didn't question it, though the photos were out. What's more, Mumbai police has the audacity to say that Disha's files were deleted. And now they plan to reinvestigate the case because the public are on them. A doctor from the US recently seemed to throw more light on the Sushant case than the Mumbai police when he says that all the signs on his face and neck point out to the fact that he has been shot by a stun gun and then most probably been beaten and strangled and made to hang, which would explain the bruises, the leg looking like it was broken, and The doctor also goes on to say that very few people have stun guns. Is it so difficult for the Mumbai police to find out who holds these stun guns? Today, Mumbai police, you stand completely exposed. You have ignored the key evidence. Key people have been let off. Mystery calls have not been probed. Forensic details have been hidden. You have not handed over the electronic evidence to ED. Sushant's phone is in your custody, not handed over yet to the ED. Not a single arrest has been made. Not a single FIR lodged. You have obstructed a CBI probe. You have become a part of the conspiracy. You have insulted Sushant's family. You have tampered with evidence. And pages have been torn from his diary. The 5 doctors who have conducted the post-mortem have disappeared. Where are they? And Sanjay Raut, you say the investigation is over. What do you mean? Do you mean someone is safe today? One thing, friends, is that we have to remember as we fight for Sushant that he was no ordinary soul. Every day we see a million talents in him on video. He could sing, he could play the guitar, he could write with both hands. He studied astrophysics. He wanted to start a company and tie up with Hollywood. He knew martial arts and so on. Let us stand with him and fight for the kind soul he is. Let us be the one voice, one emotion, and one thought, and we will surely succeed. Thank you, friends.